Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio. Welcome to Hunting for Answers, a true crime podcast. I'm your host, Hunter, and today we discuss the story of a 12-year-old girl whose life was brutally cut short inside of her own home. She wasn't at the wrong place at the wrong time. She wasn't tangled in some dangerous situation. She was simply a child at home by herself. And yet, on July 19th, 2024, her life was taken in an instant. This is the story of Breaunna Cormley. To those who knew her, Breaunna was a quiet, gentle little girl who found joy on the basketball court at the National Academy Foundation School. Her grandmother, Trina Baker, describes her as a sweet, quiet, and respectful little girl. She was the kind of child who left a lasting impact on those around her. But on July 19th, 2024, everything changed. That evening, Breaunna was reportedly home alone in her East Baltimore house on North Kenwood Avenue when a man named Omar Passmore arrived. According to a neighbor, Passmore was seen pacing, going back and forth, rambling, and appearing agitated. It's unclear if he had a key or if he forced his way into the home. But what we do know is that shortly after, shouts erupted from within the home. Then, a gunshot. When Breaunna's grandmother returned from the market, she stepped inside the house and was met with a nightmare. She dropped her bags, ran back outside, and screamed in agony. Breaunna, inside, lay lifeless on the floor, and Omar Passmore was nowhere to be found. The entire neighborhood was left in shock, but there were warning signs, ones that had been ignored, maybe. Passmore wasn't just a random intruder. He was the father of one of Breaunna's mother's children, and he had a long history of violence, particularly against women. Just the year before, Breaunna's mother had filed a final protective order against him. She told authorities about his violent outbursts, how he had flattened her tires, smashed her belongings, and even fired bullets into her windshield. She was terrified. She knew what he was capable of. Making matters even worse, Passmore reportedly had 2 other young children with another woman, a 7-year-old son and a 6-year-old daughter. The mother of those children painted a very grim picture of Passmore, one filled with aggression and rage. She stated how her children were afraid of him. Breaunna's mother filed for custody of those children in June of that year, the month prior to the shooting. The court documents revealed her fear for her safety and the children's well-being, only citing the word danger as the reason for her custody complaint. But protection orders are just paper, and on July 19th, they were not enough to save Breaunna. As police pieced together the timeline, a disturbing reality became clear. Passmore was seen sitting on the front steps outside the home just before fleeing the scene. By the time officers arrived, he was gone. For 2 days, he evaded capture. But on Sunday, July 21st, authorities tracked him down in Baltimore County. Under questioning, he confessed. The 28-year-old was then immediately charged with first-degree murder, use of a firearm in a violent crime, and reckless endangerment. While Passmore sits behind bars, the question remains, why? What made him snap? Why did he kill Breaunna? Investigators haven't revealed a motive, but what they do know is this: no one else was inside the home at the time of the murder. Passmore had a history of destruction long before that tragic night. Court records show he was already facing open charges for malicious destruction of property in Cantonsville. But none of that changes the grim reality. A child is no longer here. In the wake of Breaunna's murder, her community refused to let her name fade away. A vigil was held outside her home where loved ones had gathered, clutching candles, trying to make sense of this senseless tragedy. But no one in the community believes that this had to happen. On the stoop near the crime scene, a growing memorial of balloons and stuffed animals stood in honor of Breaunna. Breaunna's mother tried the best she could. She took legal action against a very dangerous man, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. My thoughts and prayers go out to Breaunna's family, especially her mother and her grandmother, who was the person who found her. As we wrap up this episode, don't forget to subscribe to Hunting for Answers on YouTube. And be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok so you never miss out on any updates on this case or others just like it. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode. Until next time. Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network. For more podcasts from the Black Effect Podcast Network, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.